Hey, dear ones! Welcome to Teleport to the Best Version of You Masterclass. My name is Jane Santucci, and also known as Aquarian Humanitarian. Um, this is to teleport towards a better you in just 14 days, utilizing powerful mind exercises. So by now, you should have received the PDF of the workbook, um, 24 pages. And you should have also received the PDF of the Zoom slides. So if you want to follow along, I'm on page 2 of the workbook. So I'm looking at the table of contents right now. You will see all the lessons included in this masterclass. There are 14 lessons. And let me just talk a little bit about this masterclass. So this is the overview. The word masterclass is defined as a class taught by an expert in a particular discipline, especially aimed at students who are more advanced in their skills. There will be students who will think that this may not be a class for them because they are not advanced. Please know that by the end of this class, you will have advanced in your skills. So start thinking that you are masters right now, because how you view yourself is very important in the self-development journey, and you will learn that in this masterclass. So let me briefly explain how this class came about. I was born and raised in the Philippines. My family migrated in the US in the 80s. And to make the long story short, I left corporate America in 2018 to start my consulting firm. However, in 2022, the universe had a different plan for me. I was guided to go to the Philippines and figure out how I can be of service to the Filipinos. So, being that I am a Vipassana practitioner, I decided that I would offer my space to have a weekly in-person group sit. So in 2023, I met also the founder of the Kamalayan Consciousness Movement in the Philippines, um, which I also ended up supporting since it's in alignment with my humanitarian mission. So those are the two key things that I'm working on: the Vipassana and the Kamalayan session. So, having experience living and interacting with many Filipinos since 2022, I realized that there's a tremendous need to help shift Filipinos' consciousness from low vibe to that of a high vibe mindset, so they can create and manifest their dream life, which they think is impossible to achieve. So I had always wanted to create a workshop on self-development, and that desire was catapulted when I read a study done by Hello Safe, and I believe that's based in Singapore. So the study showed that Singapore is the safest destination to travel to in 2025, while the opposite end of the scale is the Philippines. The study says that it is not only the least safe country for travelers in Asia for 2025, but also for the rest of the world. So this study moved me to go back to my draft self-development course outline and finish it. But this time with more powerful strategies and exercises that the students can do to meet the goal easier and faster. So this masterclass utilizes ancient and advanced knowledge to accomplish the ultimate goal: to move people from point A to point B, from limiting beliefs to empowering beliefs, from victim mindset to victor mindset, and from poverty mindset to abundant mindset. The title of this class is Teleport to the Best Version of You. What is teleport? Teleportation is the theoretical process of instantaneously moving an object or person from one location to another without physically traveling the distance. So, why teleport? Well, if there is a faster way to achieve your goals and all of your heart's desires, why not? So, this masterclass is an online program that guides you every step of the process. You will join me in a series of lessons, visualizations, and mind exercises. You will embody a powerful blend of strategies that change how you think, how you feel, and how you act. You will master a daily routine to propel you to achieve faster, develop strong confidence, and cultivate a commitment to yourself and your dreams. Through a series of simple yet powerful exercises, I will exponentially elevate your ability to achieve beyond what you thought possible. You will identify desires, tackle self-doubt, limiting beliefs, and manifest success through thought training exercises. So the technique allows you to channel new positive habits, thoughts, and emotions that shape you into the person you want to be. Even past traumas and unwanted external influences are erased, giving you true freedom to design a life of abundance, joy, fulfillment, and well-being. This leverages decades of research in fields like visualization, meditation, and altered states, and combines them into a technique that engages your subconscious mind in a way that's both astonishing and profoundly rewarding. This is designed for easy study at your own pace, and no prior experience is necessary. An open mind and a journal are the only tools you need to follow along. So in summary, the masterclass look like this. You'll have an understanding about your current self. You will define your best version. You will apply the plan for transformation. You will utilize the tools and techniques for self-improvement, track your progress, and celebrate success, big or small. What will you gain from Masterclass? You will have clarity. You will establish relationship with your angels, your spirit guides. You will light up your intuitive guidance. You will learn how energy, vibration, and frequency affect you. You will have an awareness of your past life and limiting beliefs affecting the present. You will learn and master new skills. You will find answers, inspirations, and solutions you need. You will set breathtaking goals and visions. You will reprogram your subconscious mind. You will activate and affirm new beliefs. You will meet the best version of you already living your highest timeline. You will manifest your dreams and desires. And by the end of the program, you'll be fully capable of performing your own teleportation as often as you like and for any goal or desires you have. So that's the overview of this masterclass. And in the workbook, page 5, you will see a little bit more about my background. And next page, page 6, is the introduction. So let me talk about this. The key elements to success in this masterclass is your commitment, your strong determination to finish, and your belief that you will achieve the end result you have in mind. Your goal and what you want to achieve must be clear before we begin. So take the time right now to write down what you want to achieve. Be clear. Be specific. You cannot have multiple goals right now. Just be specific on that one thing that you wanted to achieve, because you can always do this after you've done your your first goal. You can always go back to this lesson and then focus on another another goal. All right, so that's how this works. So when we teleport, you enter the alpha level of mind where you visualize yourself soaring through the multiverse and meeting the alternate versions of you with the experiences and abilities you need in your own physical reality. So this gives you the keys to expanding your possibility filter and tapping into your fullest potential far beyond the subconscious blocks holding you back in this reality. So the process looks like this. You begin your teleport. Your mind is the launch pad. Then you meet your alternate selves. They can't wait to help you. You gather the necessary skills and information. Anything is possible in the multiverse. And then you return to your reality better, wiser, and ready to apply your new skills and abilities. The concept of teleporting to a higher version of self to activate subconscious power isn't found in ancient teachings as a literal physical teleportation in the modern sense of moving through space. Instead, ancient wisdom speaks metaphorically about quote unquote transformative process that shifts one consciousness, energy, and being to a higher state, which then naturally activates dormant inner potentials that we call subconscious power to manifest a higher self. This transformation is often described through concepts like spiritual alchemy, awakening the higher self, conscious evolution, and focused attention. So let me talk a little bit about spiritual alchemy and transmutation. The alchemical process, ancient alchemy, particularly spiritual or inner alchemy, as distinct from literal lead to gold transmutation, is a prime example. So Carl Jung, who extensively studied alchemy, saw it as a symbolic representation of the process of individuation, becoming a more whole, integrated, and awakened self. So the stages of alchemy represent the breakdown of the old, unrefined self and the purification and integration of its elements to create a higher, refined self. So in your workbook, you can read in detail what the process looks like. So number 2, awakening the higher self through self, realizing the divine within. Many traditions teach that higher self is not something external to attain, but rather the true essential divine nature that is already within us, obscured by ego, conditioning, and ignorance. Teleporting to this is less about physical movement and more about a shift in awareness and identity. So, know thyself. This ancient Greek adage implies that true wisdom and power come from understanding one's deepest nature beyond the supernatural personality. The Atman Brahman in Hinduism, the recognition that the individual soul is identical with the ultimate reality, is the ultimate realization of the higher self. This realization unlocks immense super spiritual power. Buddha nature, the innate potential for enlightenment within all beings, activating subconscious power for the higher self is about recognizing and cultivating this inherent nature. Number 3, conscious evolution and transformation. Kundalini awakening yoga. Kundalini is described as a coiled, dormant spiritual energy at the base of the spine. Its awakening and upward movement through the chakras is a profound transformative process that leads to heightened consciousness, expanded awareness, and the activation of latent spiritual powers. This is a very direct form of teleporting or ascending to a higher energetic and conscious state within oneself. Another example is the body of light or astral projection. Ancient Egyptian teachings, Hindu scriptures, and various esoteric traditions speak of the astral body or body of light through which consciousness can function independently of the physical body. While sometimes interpreted as out-of-body travel, it can also be seen as a metaphor for accessing higher dimensions of self and consciousness. This subtle body is often associated with the very powers of intuition, clairvoyance, and heightened perception that would be considered subconscious power. Another example of conscious evolution transformation is the Huna tradition. This is Hawaiian. So Huna teaches about the three selves of minds, the low self, which is the subconscious, the middle self, which is the conscious, and the high self, which is the superconscious. The high self is seen as a wise, loving, and powerful aspect connected to the divine. Activating subconscious power and connecting to the higher self in Huna involves practices like accumulating mana, which is life force, and sending thought form prayers from middle and low selves to the high self, which then manifests them. So this is about aligning the lower aspects of self with the wisdom and power of the higher aspect. Number 4, the role of focused intention and practice. The teleportation isn't instantaneous or magical in literal sense, but a gradual process of conscious intention and sustained practice. For example, meditation and contemplation. These are primary tools for shifting consciousness inward and upward, allowing connection to the higher self. Another example is breath work, pranayama. Directs vital energy to higher centers, facilitating energetic shifts. Another example is ethical living and virtue cultivation, purifies the lower self, making it a clearer vessel for the higher self's expression. Another example is visualization and affirmation. As discussed previously, these are used to reprogram the subconscious, creating mental pathways to embody the desired higher vision. So in summary, ancient teachings do not describe literally teleporting to a higher physical self. Instead, they refer to a profound inner transformation. So a journey of spiritual alchemy and awakening, where the individual consciously works to purify, elevate, and align their being with their inherent divine nature, which is your higher self. So this process naturally activates subconscious power by removing limiting beliefs, integrating fragmented aspects of the self, and allowing the true boundless potential of the individual to emerge and manifest in the life. So why should we refer to ancient teachings? Well, number 1, timeless principles of alignment. So ancient traditions teach that manifesting desires requires aligning with universal truths like the Tao or Dharma or Ma'at. For example, the Tao Te Ching emphasizes flowing with the natural order, which mirrors setting intentions that resonate with your higher self. So this alignment ensures desires are sustainable and meaningful, preventing energy drain or self-doubt. The relevance of manifestation, aligning with these principles like the Sankalpa in yoga, focuses intention, raises vibration, and activates subconscious power, which is the key to manifesting desires. The other reason why we should refer back to ancient teachings because the proven practices for subconscious transformations. So traditions like yoga, Bhagavad Gita, and Buddhism, Dhammapada offer techniques like meditation, mantras, mindfulness to reprogram the subconscious, akin to modern manifestation methods. So, for instance, visualizing the Atman or practicing metta shifts mental patterns to embody the higher self, overcoming doubt and fueling motivation. The relevance to manifestations, these practices like Stoic journaling, Egyptian affirmations, anchor desires in the subconscious, making manifestation more effective by aligning inner beliefs with external outcomes. The third reason why we should refer back to ancient teachings is because of the holistic approach to energy management. So ancient teachings, the Tao, the indigenous rituals emphasize protecting and transmuting energy to sustain focus. So for example, aligning with Ma'at, which is Egyptian, or practicing pranayama in yoga clears low vibration states, which is, for example, fear, confusion, which creating space for high vibration desires to manifest. Relevance to manifestation, well, manifesting requires sustained energy. Ancient practices ensure you're not depleted by distractions or negativity. The fourth reason why we should refer back to ancient teaching is because of clarity of purpose over ego-driven desires. So traditions like Stoicism and Buddhism warn against desires rooted in ego, which lead to suffering or failure. Focused intention ensures desires align with purpose, fostering a winning mindset and avoiding pitfalls like attachment or doubt. Um, Ancient wisdom helps refine desires to reflect your higher self's purpose, making manifestation authentic and fulfilling. The fifth and last reason why we should refer to ancient teaching is because of the structured path to higher consciousness. So, accessing the higher self requires disciplined practices outlined in ancient teachings, such as the meditation, the vision quest, or rituals. These methods teleport you to a higher state by dissolving ego and activating latent power. The higher self is the source of clear, powerful intention. Ancient practices provide a roadmap to access this state, ensuring desires manifest from a place of wisdom and strength. So, why ancient teachings over modern methods alone? Well, one reason, depth and universality. 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 Okay, so ancient teachings have been tested across centuries and cultures, offering universal principles that transcend leading trends. So, for example, Stoic focus on control, or um, the Tao apply to any goals, unlike some modern manifestation fads that lack some of the depth. Another reason is the holistic integration, unlike some modern approaches that focus solely on positive thinking. Ancient wisdom integrates body. So, like, for example, yoga or Qigong, it integrates the mind. For example, in meditation and reflection, it also integrates the spirit, which is the rituals in alignment. The other reason is the ethical grounding. Traditions like Buddhism or Egyptian Maat emphasize ethical intentions, ensuring desires benefit the greater good, which sustains long-term success and avoid karmic or energetic backlash. So, ancient teachings complement modern manifestation teachings like the law of attraction and visualization by providing structure and depth. So, for example, in Sankalpa yoga resembles affirmations but is grounded in spiritual purpose, while Stoic reflection enhances clarity beyond generic positive thinking. So, these practices ensure manifestation is not just wishful thinking, but a disciplined, aligned process. So that's the overview of this masterclass. I just told you what you should anticipate. So on the next video, I will talk about lesson 1, and lesson 1 is how to prepare to teleport to the best version of you. All right, so I'll see you on the next video.